best place to start my Christmas house tour is going to be the entryway. This has its own decorating video, so I will link it down below for you guys. But just to step back and give you an overall view. Now there's a lot of different themes, I guess you could say, throughout my house. And for my entryway, I wanted a flocked theme. So that is essentially what I came up with. These trees right here, I think just look so beautiful on the side. I could have done one on the other side as well, but the door stopper is right there. So I decided to kind of cluster them right here. And then I added a wreath to this metal fixture here, and then I decorated it with some of my own ornaments. And the wreath came from Walmart. And then I found this beautiful sign. I just love the brown that pops up through all of this. And then we've got some white wooden trees here. And then I decided to do some garland right here on the top. And I just love how full it looks. You can see I also added the exact same ornaments to make these two pieces obviously look like they belong together. This is really the first time that I've ever done any sort of decorating without throwing color into it, with the exception of brown, but it's just so pretty in my opinion. I love how it just has that winter country farmhouse look to it, and I really loved how this entryway turned out. Of all the entryways I've ever done in the past, this one is by far my favorite. It is a space in my house that I can tend to really struggle with when decorating. And I absolutely love how this one turned out. And we are now going to go into the guest bathroom that is just off of the entryway. And this is a space that has not been on camera yet. So nobody has been able to see it, haven't even posted it in my vlogs. And I'll show you guys what I came up with. Essentially, I wanted it to carry on the entryway theme of the flocked. There is some of that going on, but let's go ahead and step inside so that you guys can just see what's going on. I kept a lot of my everyday elements in this bathroom because I thought that the creams and the green already kind of complemented that snowy look. So I did keep it really simple. You can see through the mirror here. I'll turn the camera this way. This is my everyday decor. I thought about changing the wreath out, and then I decided against it. I thought about maybe adding a white bow, and then I decided against that too, and just wanted to keep it ultra classic and simple. And then these are my everyday towels. And then I didn't do anything to the shower curtain. Sometimes I have to admit I can tend to want to add a lot of things, which I do love that concept. But in this guest bathroom, I decided I wanted to keep it as simple and neutral as possible. So when I was going through my decor, I found this piece and thought that it would be really perfect in here because we've got the wood effect here, the white backdrop, and then the simplicity of the trees. And then when we turn this way, you'll see that we've got some more trees here in the corner. This one lights up. And then over here, I'll show you guys my new hand soaps. This is peppermint hand soap, and I love the packaging too because it just, in my opinion, goes with the theme. And then we've got the matching hand lotion as well. And then over here, this is a galvanized like cake stand that I use in this bathroom. And then I bought this snowy flocked wreath from Hobby Lobby, and then I added this candle to the center. It's actually a really tall candle, and it's perfect because it's green, so it kind of blends in with the wreath. And it says Merry Christmas on there too, by the way. So then when we turn again back this way and look up, this is where I added these mini flocked trees. There's 3 of them, and I got those from Hobby Lobby. And then all I did was add a little snowflake. And if you guys know me, I really wanted to just keep adding, keep going, but I did have to hold myself back and just keep this room pretty neutral and simple. Now let me show you guys probably my favorite decor space in the entire house, which is the staircase banister. I'm absolutely in love with how it looks. I love the simplicity. I did a video where I talked about my Christmas design plans, and I really struggled with which one I wanted to do this year. I had 3 or 4 different options. In the end, I decided to go with what you're seeing here. And what makes me really excited about this piece is that the only new item that I bought to complete it were the ribbons. And I used this garland in the last house that I lived in for 3 years, but it looked different in the last house because the last home had a lot of staircase to cover. I'll link like the Christmas house tour down below so you can just kind of see the difference between this house tour and 2019 because it was a different house. But this garland is from Walmart, and so it's not very thick. It looks thick because I was able to triple layer them. Because obviously in this house, I didn't have as much staircase to cover from the last one. And I just love how thick and luscious it looks. It looks more luxurious. And this red ribbon is absolutely stunning. And I've always wanted to have the red ribboning where the tails were just really long. And then when you look from this perspective, we get into the main area of the house, which is the living room. And let's take a look at this console table. So the main theme that I wanted in this space was red. Obviously, like we talked about, the entryway had a flocked white look, and then really the main color for Christmas for me was red. It was something that when I looked back at my 2019 house tour back in October before I started decorating for Christmas, I realized that I really didn't have a theme, and that's fine. You don't have to have a theme at all, but I wanted one, and I had to decide what that was going to be. Was it going to be a pattern? Was it going to be a color? Was it going to be like nutcrackers or kind of thing? And in the end, I decided that I wanted my theme to be a color, and so I went with red. So when we take a step back here, I added this red banner or garland that came from Hobby Lobby, and then these are just like extra decor pieces that I had. So we've got some of these decorative boxes that have plaid on them. Now this isn't the right plaid pattern that you'll see that I used, but it has the touch of red and it really works. And I already had it on hand, so I thought that it would look really beautiful down here. I have these like decorative picks here just to make it look a little bit more Christmassy. And then this is what I came up with this year. And then I added these 3 trees, which were on my dining room table last year. And then I thought it was missing something red, so I found these ornaments and just added them to each little tree, just to kind of keep it simple because already there's a lot going on. But this is the new thing that you guys haven't seen, which is, I think, the lamps. I'm not sure that the lamps made it into the original Decorate With Me living room video, which, by the way, I could not believe the amount of views that video got. Like, it shook me. I didn't even know either because I didn't look at that video again until a week ago, and I was like, what? There's over 100,000 views on that video. Pluck those off because I think the lamps do the job enough. So those are supposed to be like candle holders. So this area is going to get another makeover again after we put up Christmas stuff. And then if you look up, the thing that I did was just add some red glittery like picks. And then when we turn this way, the other thing that's completely different, actually there's a lot different from the original Decorate With Me video. I redid the entire tree and I redid the layout of the furniture. So these were all things that I captured on my vlog, which I am doing Vlogmas, so definitely go watch those if you're interested. But let's talk about the furniture first. So if you watched my Christmas Decorate With Me living room, that video I just talked about, this setup was not like this at all. In the end, I was like, I want this chair back in this room, and I was trying to figure out how to do that, and then I remembered that my couch is obviously pieces that you can rearrange and reconfigure into a different way. So essentially, I made it longer this way and shorter this way so that I could slip this chair back in here. This chair originally goes where the tree is, and I love that this chair came back because it has navy in it, and navy is in the plaid. So this is my official plaid, you guys. It's my favorite plaid. It's actually sideways, but this is the plaid that I love the most, the one with like the cream backdrop, and then you have the navy in here and the greens and the reds and yellow. As you can see, I had to also add a different end table to make all of this work, because the problem really came down to making sure I didn't cut off too much of this walking space. It's still a tight fit. It's not permanent. This is just the solution for Christmas time. Once Christmas time is over and I put the tree up, the couch will go back to its original state. So, but I think having the chair in here just makes it look more cozy, in my opinion. Making my shopping list for decorating the space, I knew that I needed to change my pillows. And I actually went with a very cheap way. If you guys watch my original Christmas Decorate With Me, those are all covers from Amazon. Those are all covers, even the plaid. The only pillow that's not a cover is the Jingle pillow, which is Rae Dunn, like I said. And then here are just my Christmas blankets. And then if we step back, here is the, y'all, that fire is going. So these were on the top of my tree, and I'll explain that in a second. But otherwise, everything is the same from the original Decorate With Me video. I love just the pops of red. I knew that I needed to have red going on in here to seal the theme together, and we can see that Kevin is, oh no, he's, yeah. The other thing that I wanted to do was keep my ribbon consistent, which is something that I noticed in 2019 I did not do. So if you look from this standpoint, you can see that I have the same snowflake burlap ribbon going throughout the tree, the garland, the wreath there, and then this garland as well. The other thing that I updated this year from 2019 was that the whole fireplace looks completely different. You definitely have to go check out my 2019 house tour and then come back to this video and comment and let me know what you think. Are you seeing like kind of my style evolve a little bit? But the thing that I knew coming into this was I needed to change my stockings, because the ones before just didn't have the same color, the shades of red that I wanted. So I upgraded to those. And I think it just makes a world of difference, because if you're standing in here and you see all of this red, it's like all the same shade that matches. And then I added a bow with the leftover snowflake ribbon that I had, and then I changed the entire way that I put the ribbon. I literally plucked off everything off this tree and started over from scratch. The ribbon before was vertical and it was looped, and then as you can see I wrapped it in this method. And then the other thing that I did different was that instead of putting single ornaments up, I clustered them into threes, and I think that really like changed the look of it and made the ornaments look bigger, so it kind of has that illusion. And then I bought some new ornaments, these snowmen from Hobby Lobby the other day, and added those in here, so it just kind of gives it that burlap vibe. Alright, I could definitely talk about the space for a lot longer, but let's go ahead and move on into the kitchen. So the kitchen is its own theme as well. As you can see, this one was really red with plaid and burlap, and then the kitchen is my gingerbread theme. You guys, let's talk about this island first, because what you haven't seen since the Decorate With Me, there are some changes in here, and the first one being this whole centerpiece. I got this in the mail from a subscriber. If you're watching this and you sent this to me, thank you so much. It literally came just like this, and I was just like, this is complete perfection. And I decided to remove the gingerbread house I had here and put this one up because it has all this green, so it just kind of looks like this whole thing is meant to be together. I also had 2 little gingerbread houses, but I just thought that this whole centerpiece was so beautiful on its own that I decided to just keep it like this. Up against the wall where my stove is, you can just see all of the gingerbread touches. This was another theme that I used throughout the gingerbread land here in the kitchen, was this pattern of the red and white stripes. So I wanted to make sure I had those consistencies as well in this space. This is my mug that I've been drinking my coffee because it matches my whole get up here with my nutcracker theme that I'm doing for this video. So there's my cute little mug. And then I love this. You guys, I have to say another huge thank you to the ladies on my Instagram live both that day that helped me design this kitchen, because when I got to this space, I simply could not film because I had no idea what to do. And you were all the ones that helped me to figure this out. So one of you had suggested to do the cookie jar in here, and I absolutely love how it looks. And then this space is new. This is something else that you guys haven't seen. Because I had gotten that piece in the mail, I had to add this somewhere. So this was what was in the center, and these were what were on the side. And then this was here originally, but there was a tree and a cake stand, and I didn't like how it was looking. I thought that it didn't flow naturally with everything else I was doing. So I decided to just kind of stack them up right here. Over on this back wall, I also love this whole entire section. This is a Dollar Tree DIY. I'll link it down below. It is my favorite little piece ever. And then here's what I came up with for this section. Just added some cute little touches. Again, I'll add all of the original Decorate With Me videos so that you can see it more in depth. Over guarding the windows of the kitchen are my 2 gingerbread nutcrackers, and I'm obsessed with them. I definitely have to add to my collection. They are so cute. And then I swapped out the wreath that's here from an everyday perspective with something that looks more gingerbready. And even though this is supposed to be like snow, for me, I just think of it as like sugar. And then we've just got my red and white striped dish towel here because those are my traditional gingerbread colors, because I'm doing these rather than like pastels and pinks. And then my cute little hand soaps that I got from Tuesday morning, and then the matching lotion. You can see the gingerbread stuff. And then here's this nutcracker who's got a cupcake on his head, and he's got a pretzel. I absolutely love how this turned out. I actually came up with it at the last minute while I was filming, and it's probably one of my favorite pieces in the entire kitchen. I just pulled out some of my galvanized cake stands, and then as you can see, I went to town and added all of my little gingerbread pieces. This is a Dollar Tree jar in which I put these, which are ornaments from Hobby Lobby, so that something could stick out back here because I needed some height. So I thought those were really cute in there. And then my little chef there. And then I have this cute little cake stand that used to be in my daughter's room for Christmas time. And I decided to prop up a little gingerbread house. That way, you know, give it some extra height. And then I have more green picks because that's also like the main theme of my kitchen is greenery. So I wanted to make sure that I did greenery, but from a wintry level. And then I love this cute little house that's enclosed here. I think that's really, really adorable. Here is the kitchen nook area, which I wanted to keep also the gingerbread theme going throughout. I love these. These are my new pieces this year, and you can see it has that red and white look to them. Now this is more gingham, obviously, than stripes, but you can see the bow has the same, this is the same exact wreath. Sorry about the lighting. The same exact boxwood wreath, and then the same bow that matches the one above my microwave. These are just little things for my niece. She's coming over, so I've got her some little crafts to do. And then this Dollar Tree little activity book. So just keeping this here on the table for her, but yeah, I just wanted to keep this table simple this year, but there could be changes next year. I'm not really sure. All of these ornaments with that same checkered gingham pattern. And I really love how this tree turned out, all things considered. It's really cute. I added a bunch of cute little ornaments and burlap bows and gingerbread men. When we come up here, I would show you guys the rest of this whole pie safe, but as you can see, there's like a ton of stuff in here, so it's kind of distracting. I actually added this piece later on, the tea piece, I don't know why. And then you can see I have my tier tray, which there are a lot of, like, there's some picks and all kinds of things and mugs. Yeah, there's a little house back there. Again, I'll link the original video down below so that you can see all of this in more detail. And this is the garland that I was trying to get for the tree, but I needed more of it and there just wasn't any. So I decided to put it here. And then I wasn't sure what to kind of do on this side, so I had these candlesticks on hand, and then I just added little gingerbread houses to the top. You can see that this garland kind of falls to the side. And now we are in my butler's pantry, which has also not been on camera at all. So this is the first time you guys are seeing how this looks. Actually, I did do a little bit of decorating of this on my Vlogmas, but from a main channel perspective, no one has seen this reveal. I will be updating this next year. I think I'm gonna have some work done in here and have some custom cabinetry done. So there will be some changes in here as well, because when I moved in, it was just like this big chunk of empty space where you would naturally put a butler's pantry. I know butler's pantry isn't actually used in a lot of states up north, I don't think, but in the South, it's definitely a space that you see a lot of. And this is just kind of what I came up with. I had this little piece, so I just filled it with some of my plates and cups, and then added, you know, extra leftover of gingerbread things, and then these wonderful canisters that I picked up from Tuesday morning. So you definitely have to watch my vlogs, because I did a whole haul of all of this stuff that you guys have not seen on this channel. And also my newest gingerbread house. So I also got this from Tuesday morning. I'm obsessed with it, and this gorgeous new cake stand as well. I decided to just take this tree and put it next to the house. Yeah, I just felt like I just kind of threw this space together. These are like everyday pieces that have been nailed into the wall. And then those are all of the cards that I got in my P.O. box. I put them all up here. Thank you so, so much for sending me cards. I absolutely love them, so thank you so much. And then this is my gingerbread street sign. I just decided to tuck it back there. Again, I wasn't really sure kind of where to go. I think that this space would have been nicer if I had like built-in shelves. That would have been really great, and I could have done like a proper hot cocoa bar. You can see here's another same exact wreath with the same exact ribbon. So there's that consistency. And if you look up, I have my farmer's market sign. I was gonna put ornaments up there, but it's such a thin little, it's like a faux shelf. It's not even a real shelf. And it was hard enough alone for me to keep the greenery up there. So I decided not to mess with it and just leave it alone this year. But anyways, yeah, this is the butler's pantry. Through the living room, we get into my bedroom, and sorry, but the lighting's a little bit blue. It will adjust here in a second. Let me turn on a light, but I love how this room turned out. You guys, sleeping in this is so cozy cabin to me, and I absolutely love it. Again, I'll link the original Decorate With Me down below. If you have any questions on where I got everything, it will probably be in that video. So I just want you guys to just kind of see the overall look. Very snowy, cabiny, I think. The plaid is absolutely beautiful. My Dear Santa, It Wasn't Me pillow, which I do get asked a lot because I do film in here where I got this, and it was Tuesday morning. So this is the main focal piece of my room. When we turn over here, we've got my little cluster of trees with the lights on, my Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas pillow, and then I've got my my blanket that I like to like kind of cascade down, have that cozy look. When I turn around, you can see I added a tree over there. And then this little section, I just added a bunch of trees and some wooden deers because I love deer. I say deers and deer. I know it's not plural, but listen. But yeah. And then when you turn around this way, another thing I like to do is to just like keep a really fun like backdrop on the TV. As you can see, that's the Home Alone house. So even on the TVs, we've got a theme. Now, once we go back through the living room, I will take you guys to the last two spaces of Christmas decorations, which is the media room and the media room bathroom, which has also not been on camera yet. But this room has been on camera. And when we first get up here, it's the posters for me, folks. I have always wanted to change out my posters for holidays, seasons, and I finally did that this year. You gotta give me a minute to catch my breath from the stairs. But I changed out my posters for Halloween, so go watch that video. And then, as you can see, we've got Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, The Grinch, and Polar Express. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love these posters so much, but let's go ahead and step back and oh my gosh. I think the other thing you guys haven't seen is that I decorated the tree. I believe when I originally did this video, the tree was not decorated, so it just had lights on it and I kept it pretty simple, but I decided to go in and throw in these white ornaments, and that was it. I kept it really, really simple this year. There's one cute little guy, and then some of the stars there. This section back here, it just didn't really come together as nicely as I wanted it to, but you can see there's some little white trees there. But this was also a space where I wanted it to have a color theme, and it took me a good few weeks before I came up with this concept, and it was honestly because of the blanket and the pillows, which I found at Hobby Lobby. As soon as I saw the black Christmas trees, I knew that it was going to be perfect for this room, because those black pillows are my everyday pillows, because the main color in here is black, cream, and green. So I wanted it to be really fresh, a little bit more modern farmhouse. So I wanted to keep black in the Christmas color, and that's why as soon as I saw this at Hobby Lobby, I was just like, this is it. Then the question became, what is that third color? And I decided on red, because I actually already had those red pillows. So those red pillows I had on hand, and it just ended up working out perfect. This Better Not Pout pillow came from the at-home store. And what's crazy is, at the time when I bought this pillow, I had no idea how this theme was going to go, but I just bought it because I liked it, and then it fit perfectly in here. And then if we turn this way, now there's a lot going on. This pom-pom garland was actually strung here, but it was in the way, so we decided to remove it, and I just haven't found a spot for it, so I just kind of put it there. But you can see here, if we move the Grinch, we've got the black pillows, and then this Merry Everything pillow, which also I got from Hobby Lobby, and it's still being sold this year, but I bought this like 2 years ago, I think. And then this is the Build-A-Bear Grinch that my daughter got a long time ago, I think. And I decided to put him in here because we've got the Grinch poster and he's just kind of cute. So he just sits in here. And then we have just some little decorative touches on this table here. And there was actually a candle here, but I think my daughter probably moved it into her room. So just using pops of red. And then when we look this way, all I did to this was add these little ornaments. Next year I'll probably change this too. I'll probably do like a full traditional Christmas garland, the way that I have this draped, because this is my everyday decor. So I just plucked in those little picks to give it a pop of red. And then if we step back and look at this whole area, you can see the pops of red there, and then the 2 red trees, and then we've got the blanket. This follow law sign lights up, but I think it ran out of batteries, so I gotta plug in new batteries. And the last space in this Christmas house tour is gonna be the media guest bathroom. So this has not been on camera for anybody, not even my vlogs. So this is the first time anyone has seen what I've done in here, but I did want to keep it ultra simple as well. I wanted to go ahead and mimic the media room, so red was also the goal here. So as you can see, from an everyday perspective, it just has a white and black theme. That's a Dollar Tree DIY. You guys have to check out the original video of how I decorated this as well. I'll link it down below. So all I did was add red touches. So we've got these Rae Dunn Mary towels. They came in a pack of 2, so it was perfect. So I put 1 on both parts of the sink. And then I had these leftover little red picks. I just added it to this like basket of towels. And then this is another Rae Dunn piece that says Mary. So it just matches this whole thing really, really beautifully. And then the other little thing that I did was add another red pick there because I didn't want to have to remove any decor in here. I just wanted to add pops of red while also just kind of keeping it very simple and not overdoing it. And that was it. So coming back downstairs to end this Christmas house tour, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment down below and let me know, vote 2019 or 2020. Also, tell me what your favorite poster is. Tell me which space is your favorite. Is it the living room? Is it the gingerbread? Is it the entryway? For me, it's I love every space, but like I said, the banister I really love, but I probably would have to go with the living room as my favorite space, and maybe it's because I'm in here the most, but I really do love how the living room turned out. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.